There's something wrong with the connection from the caravan hitch on the car tow ball. Like, it's been squealing like crazy. And UK caravans, this type of attachment, you can't add grease or any lubricant of any type. It has to be dry. And I actually posted my problem on Patreon, and the feedback seemed to be, I was sent a link to a video which did seem to say the friction pads are probably the problem. I should probably get new ones because it's happened straight after all the transmission fluid got all over the place. Maybe the transmission fluid has seeped into the pads and they're damaged and no longer good. So it might just be worth buying new pads. They're about $60, 60 New Zealand dollars. Not the cheapest for that little thing. And it'll be the second lot I've bought. But I also think my tow ball is a bit rough in places, so I'm gonna really sand it and see if it's okay. See, it's rough. That feels rough there. Can you see that? There's gouges in it. My new friction pads have arrived. So these friction pads actually come with these metal rings, which I think you use when maybe you've sanded back the friction pad a little just to get it to live a little bit longer, and that just kind of pushes it onto the tow ball more firmly. Hopefully it's ready to go. So this is my new home for the next 3 nights. It's at Matata Dock Campground, and first impressions, wow, I can hear the ocean. There's a bit of a lagoon here, I think. It just looks peaceful, which is exactly what I was looking for. Somewhere just to quietly work and relax at the same time. And I've kind of gone on an angle just to try to get this view. So hopefully that works out, as long as no one parks super close to me, but there seems to be quite a lot of room around. Well, that didn't last long. Already got 2 new neighbours on my left. There's something about walking along the beach at sunset when there's no one else around really. There are a couple way down the beach that way. That's it. So it's the perfect way to relax at the end of the day, right? Go for a walk on the beach. Yesterday the internet wasn't as great as it could be, but it was managing. Today it's making my job a whole lot harder. Instead of just letting that frustration really get to me, I'm going for a walk along the beach, clear the head, feel a little bit happier, and then get back to work. So showers here are amazing. It's $1 coin, and there's only one shower for everyone staying here, which is quite interesting, but it's somehow worked out. I haven't had to wait. But you put the $1 coin in a box outside the men's toilets, and then you run around into this little shack area. But the pressure's amazing. It's $1 for 4 minutes. I'm happy with that shower. The pressure's probably better than I've had for a while. So it's moving day to day. Everything's all covered in cobwebs again, but I thought I'd give you an update on the friction pads and the squealing. It stopped. And an update with my car. Since getting the transmission changed, it's been fine. It's done the job. It feels a little bit different to drive, but it's survived. I've got some big hills to go over today, so I guess that'll be the real test. I've just stopped at a nice dump station and thought I'd check out the beach. I'm not sure if it's this beach or the next beach that I'm going to. That's one of the top beaches in New Zealand. Can't remember. I've just driven through Whakatane and that's where all the good shops are. I actually got honked at. They've got multiple roundabouts and I went when I shouldn't have, and I committed, so I just kept going, and the lady was not happy with me at all. Downside of towing a bloody caravan, and you're gonna be stopping people at these roundabouts anyway. These tiny roundabouts. Well, it's a big beach. Beautiful. It is. That's a nice beach. Although I'm never a fan of when the houses are all along the edging. You can see White Island off in the distance again. I've seen a friend went there and it looked absolutely amazing, so I think that would be something to splurge on if you wanted some good memories of New Zealand. And where the dump station is, you can also freedom camp, but no caravans are there because there's no room for a caravan. So kind of only good if you have a motorhome or a camper van, really. I had to stop along here. I passed an amazing looking freedom camping spot, and then I kept passing other rest areas thinking, should I pull in? I don't know, too late, maybe the next. So this one, there was enough room for me to turn around, and I'm just gonna check out this beach. What does that mean? AT oil temperature. Maybe I'll pull over somewhere soon and just let everything rest. Right now I'm just waiting for these lights. There's roadworks up ahead. A couple of cars behind me. I found a place to pull over, and yeah, I'm just gonna wait, I think, and see if I'm trying to figure out what the AT stands for. Auto transmission, oil temperature, transmission fluid. Has anything to do with my transmission? So maybe I'll just have a rest here, you know, just hang out for a little bit, see what happens. Is it better to leave the car running or turn it off? I don't know enough about cars, really. Well, it's gone away. I've got probably another hour's drive. I might just keep the car going, just leave it for another 5-10 minutes. Well, I made it. Oil temperature warning light just stopped after that break and didn't come back on, so it was good. And I've arrived. I'm actually staying on some friends' land. So I'm going to a surprise 40th birthday party tonight, and I thought I'd share what I'm actually doing, because I know a few people just assume that I'm traveling around on my own the whole time and and never meet anyone. So I thought I'd just mention that I do have a social life. It's not all the time. Like South Island, I didn't meet a whole lot of people. I met the odd person, but yeah, I went to a barbecue. What did I do? Oh, and I met some other motorhomers for New Year's Eve. So there were a couple of things. It's just not as much as when I lived in Auckland. In the caravan, a lot of the time, you're at a campground kind of in the middle of nowhere, and yeah, you might go through patches where you don't really know people in the area you're travelling to, but then you end up driving to a friend and socialising there. So it's kind of less than when I was living flatting, but I still socialise. I'm not on my own all the time. Recovered from my hangover and it's moving day, so I'm heading back down to Hawke's Bay. I've been driving 2 hours and now it's lunchtime and I'm having a break. This is actually a Freedom camping spot. There's a dump station, it's by the river. It's quite nice. Don't know if I'd comfortably stay here on my own, but for a lunch stop it's awesome. Right by a park if I want to stretch my legs for a little bit. It's nice.